Hey guys, good morning. How's everyone doing? I'm coming with you fresh faced, and today I'm vlogging with my phone, guys, because I thought I actually didn't think, like, I just forgot to pack my charger from Lagos to Calabar here, so I'm vlogging with my phone. It might be awkward, I might be looking here, I might be looking here, just take it. But guys, I'm loving my face today. Come on. So I thought this Calabar trip was going to be very restful. I'm not doing anything, but the tourist in me is like, no, like, you have to go out, you have to go to places, you have to visit things. So I found out about this, what's it called, the museum in Calabar, and that's where I'm going to today. I'm going with my friends, so I'll also be vlogging them from time to time. I'm going to the museum and then probably going to Marina Resort. I have a change of outfits I'm going to basically change into for the two locations. Hopefully that works out. But that's kind of like the itinerary today, guys. I'm loving my face. See my makeup, so cute. I'm vlogging with my phone. Is not that bad, actually. It's actually not that bad. So guys, let's get going. I'm talking too much. My last video vlog was about my trip from Lagos to Calabar. I hope you guys have seen that. It's kind of like a mini review of Ibom Air, and yeah, I hope you all have seen that, and I hope I actually edited it, because I was just thinking, oh, the clips are too tiny, like too small for like a vloggy vlog, but I hope I edited it, sha. Grabbing my bag now. Here are all the things that I just have: my sunshades, lip gloss, money, and yeah, let me show you guys what I'm wearing. I'm just taking your face. Mechanic.
I think it's the liner that is there.
Okay, the liner.
I vlog people. Hello. Currently at the museum. This is what it looks like.
Okay.
Tell you the place, you see. They'll tell you all the history.
Whose name am I putting?
Are we all individually
no,
right? Okay,
just one.
get it plus 1. Sorry, get it plus 3. But here, Bolu, they say it's 200 naira. So why did she collect 1.8? The ticket is 200 naira, and then she collected 1.8 from us. She. So we're here waiting for our, oh my god, this sun, oh, that's why I like my camera. Waiting for our tour guide, our tour guide. Maybe it's 18, I don't know. But guys, we paid 1,800 for 4 people, but the ticket says 200 naira, so me, I'm not sure. They collect plenty money from us because like we drove car here, I don't know.
Now, being historical museum is right from the building itself. As you can see, it's a wooden building made of a story building. So the building came to Calabar in the year 1884 from England. It was being imported by a man known as a Consul Hewitt. And he was the first man that lived in the building upstairs, while the down here were using as a warehouse and logistic block where the workers were occupying. But before the coming of the building, the first white that get contact with the people of the old Calabar were Portuguese. So now, it's not as if there was a place known as Calabar before, no. So something happened. Before now, the Portuguese were trading with the people of the Western Indies. Then they were using desert routes as their movement point down there with the help of a camel and horses. Now, the desert up till now is being occupied by the Muslim. So the Portuguese were Christian. So there was a particular time the Muslim brothers were having conflict among themselves. So the whites couldn't make use of that route that period. They have to wait for the incident to subside. But as a business person, they now see that waiting for them make their business now goes down. So they were now looking for other means of route to see if they could get their way to Western Indies. They now try to apply the sea route. Now coming to apply the sea route, as they were going, now getting closer to the high sea, they spotted some black spot on the surface of the river. Getting closer, it was a woman being like them. That was relevant to spices, ice and skin, palm oil, and so on. So they were interested in those things. That is how they now came to trade with them. So coming to trade with them, they now see that there was a need for them to have a building here to accommodate them, to stay and do their business. But the first structure they brought was first kept at Tarandapo, Equatorial Guinea. So they will come from their place to Equatorial Guinea, from Equatorial Guinea, down here, get what they are looking for back there before they continue their movement. But when he now got his own tenure to head them here in Africa, he now see that there was no reason to put the building there, because what they were looking for, we have found here. So he now imported this particular one in that year to this place. And where the building is located is known as a government hill, is on top of the hill. And the reason that makes them to mount the building here was first, because of their movement point. Since they're using sea routes, they put the building here very close to the river. That's why the building is facing this way. This was the entrance to this compound before now, not the other way. The other way was the back, because they were using sea route. So there was no fence here then. There was no building down there. It was an open field right from this compound down to the river. Then secondly, was because then there was no electricity for them to have fan in the structure. So they put the building here to get cool air from the river into the building in the night. So the master, while staying up, there is a window up there where he used to stand to view his business going on along the river. Now, the bell we have there, the first one that was there was known as workers' bell, whereby somebody used to be behind it. Anytime ship come with goods, for the workers inside to know, they will ring the bell, they will now come out to do their job, either to load or to offload the ship. So when they finish their job here, they now go and leave the building empty. But also before now, there were two of these over there where we have Presidential Lodge. But because of poor maintenance, those two were demolished. Even this one was about to be demolished, but there was a military administrator who pleaded with the federal government to preserve one of these buildings for new generation to come and have a look for a wooden building being a story building. So that was the reason they handed over this particular one to National Commission for Museums and Monuments. That was in 1980. So in 1986, it was open for public to come and have a view. So now, as they leave the building, before they gave it to museum, the building served other purposes. It served as government administrative guest house. Also, the Oil Protectorate River headquarters here. So down here we have two galleries. We have Gallery 1 and Gallery 2. Also here we have what we know as the cannons. These cannons here, up to today, a lot has been done away with, because if you cannot maintain it from water and fire, it will go. So the help for this is to use it to fight his enemy, which is supposed to be at the front of the building, but because we don't want water to splash on it to get rust, that's why we bring it inside. So it used to be operated with the help of a Boris and gunpowder behind. And Prince Henry Navigator, these two helped the white on how to operate through the sea routes. Then some of the compass they were using in their ship before now, and also some of the explorers that came to our country. Then from here, we hit the era of slave trade. Also, pests is those countries we were trading with. You know, slave trade only affected West for the white to come and buy them with their ship. Then when we get to currency, you will see what they were using as money to buy a human being. Oh, down here is even a food. Here is trying to show us also how they were chaining the slave, the leg and hand behind. It's when the slave is being bought newly, so that he will not be able to run away or struggle with the white people. Then also the mouth is when the slave is working on a sugarcane plantation. For him not to eat from the sugarcane, they have to lock their mouth. Then this was the sketch of the slave ship and how they were arranging them like sardine inside. And this man here was the captain of this ship, by name Captain Hoshcroft of Liverpool. On their way going, if there is a storm on the sea, instead of the ship, people. But this one also play important role like the gym. Why is that when they came with this, they show our people how to operate the gun. Then hand over the gun freely to them with enough gunpowder. But whoever they gave the gun to, they will mark the person down and be following the person up every day. Any day the person shot someone and killed with the gun, the property of the person he killed go back to the owner of the gun. The British penetration in southeastern Nigeria here. This one here is trying to explain how they were trying to. The document wasn't there to back it up. The name happened now to change from here to UAC.
Oh. That's the same UAC.
Yeah. Then in the show glass here, we have a model of the building just like this one, but it's not this one. This particular one is being located at Cripson in your Honesty compound.
Wait,
so your Honesty was the king that embraced the white people to Calabar. So the white donated this to him. And the building is still there up to today in his own compound.
Is it a touristy place or residential?
It's his compound.
Okay.
Then there is the picture of the man that imported this building onto Hewitt. And he was the first man that lived in the building up.
So, sorry, when the buildings come, they come already built, or they come as
with material. They built it already in their country. Yes. And now you see that they 28 pieces of this to 38 go for a female slave. Then 38 to 48 go for a male slave because the male is stronger than the female. Then when the chief get this from the white, they melt them to produce necklace, bangle, earring to sell it to make more money for themselves. So when the white now discover that these items were too heavy for one to carry as currency, they now introduce their own money. Then the red gold of southern Nigeria, that is palm oil production, that is palm oil, our palm oil. Then bamboo basin here were being used for packing of the palm fruits from the farm to the house. And this is the hand press. They will need to get the fuel for production. While the palm oil also is here. Then down here is the lantern. The white we're using in their own house, different from our own. Then hand sign. When the white came in here, there was a language barrier. So here is the advert. The white man is going in to take his bath, and the white man is showing him a mirror before and after his bath. So after finishing his bath, his skin now has turned to white up till the neck. So you need to buy more of the soap to complete the site and become a white man.
This story is funny. And they still do it till now. We still advertise whitening.
Yeah, this is the chemical scale from UAC. Why this other scale was the scale they were using to weigh those heavy lumps of palm oil before they go out. Then cast iron pots. She was buried at Old Calabar at the European Cemetery. Then to school, the sound will attract people to come out to change. So when now finished his work at the school, he left the motorcycle there at the school and go back to his country. So when the museum now was open, the bicycle was now moved down here so that his name will continue to exist. And also for people to see the kind of bike they were using then. But something happened 4 years ago. 4 years ago, in 2017, that was December 2017, the owner of this bike was here. That year, the old student of the school came to us here and told us that they are going to invite him down to Calabar. So that was the year we covered this seat, because this is the original seat, has been done. So we covered this one, we polished the motorcycle. That was the same year we changed this platform, because we were told that he may likely want to climb and sat on it.
The McDonald's.
Yes.
Wow.
So
he's still alive till now.
They wanted to surprise him because they never told him or let him know that this motorcycle still exists. So they now tell him, let's visit the museum. So immediately they came down from the car and walked down. He saw the motorcycle and now told him, that is my motorcycle. He walked straight here, he climbed on it and sat down here close to 3 hours. He refused to go inside. His store ended here. So here he was telling them the story, what used to happen to him while he was here with the motorcycle. He told them even the guy name they gave him while he was in Calabar. So he even pleaded with the office to allow him to service the motorcycle to move again, which we said no, because if he allowed it, it would tamper with the original parts of the motorcycle. But he was very happy to make the motorcycle here again. The year he came, snap. The year he came, he was 87 years old. Wow. Today should be going to his 91.
Wow, so he's still he's probably got this.
You should be
Sorry, some of the old students are paying.
Bolu. They teach them. We didn't go to the back. Do you know?
So the people up were making use of the two up there. While they go down, they making use of these two. Now under the kitchen was where they have the prison. The prison was called underground prison. Now today this is part of the prison where you see me here. But before now, when this place was used as the prison, there was no door, there was no window. It was a cool, closed room. Now the entrance to the prison was this particular kitchen. On the floor of it, there was a room and a staircase that lead the prisoner down with a cast iron cover. When the person goes in, they close it and lock it. You remember, anytime they want to free him, they open it, call his name, and walk out from the kitchen and come out. So when the museum now take over the place, because the kitchen now has turned to individual offices. That is the reason to open this window and door for people to have access to the prison. And anybody can come and feed us. So Oba Bini was prison here when he was arrested.
Did you guys enjoy the tour?
Yes. Very educated.
Very. How angry are you at the whites on a scale of? They're foolish people.
I'm not the one coming, you know.
Bastard.
They are mad.
Bastard.
Why would it be hard to allow?
So guys, we just finished with the museum. Okay. Guys, we finished with the museum. We're currently at this emblem place here. I don't know. I want to take pictures and stuff.
Very good.
O'Shea, very good. We don't they leave, oh, forget bag. Pele. Historical notes. Nothing. Guys, we were driving and then we found the legs to the hands we just saw. And here we are. We don't even know what this means. They could have like a writing or something. We're just seeing leg, we're just seeing body parts. We're finding body parts. This vlog will be titled Finding Body Parts in Calabar. For everything show that I used no. Guys, we're currently at Marina Resort. And I've changed my outfit.
Why cutting my head?
Sorry.
Well, Incorot Abasi.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, but we're Marina Resort basically. Do we have any tour guide, please? Why do I say guide? Guide. Sorry. Okay. It looks like this place would be nice at night.
I doubt.
We go on the carousel.
There.
It's packed up.
Sure. You can show them. It's packed up. You can zoom into it. Packed up.
Medium talk.
That's bye. Coconut, 15 naira. No. No. How can it be? Eh? Guys, this is supposed to be the cinema in Calabar. Film House was here before, and then these people came because they are like government owned, and then they chased Film House away. And this is the cinema. Guess what? It's dilapidated. A total waste. See movie casings in the water. Look at that. This big edifice, a complete waste. Complete waste. Farm. No maintenance culture in this country. None at all. Cinemas very close. See views. Nothing. Says ma.
Normal level.
Which one is normal level?
It's the normal level. Man.
Oh, okay.
It's normal level.
I don't want to. So guys, I am back home. By home I just mean like I'm back to the house. So you guys saw me go to the National Museum, and then I also went to Marina Resort. So the National Museum, a lot of people do not know that they can actually visit. It's actually a touristy place. You come in and they're very professional. Once they see you, they just know where to send you to, and then they assign you to a tour guide that takes you around. Per person we paid 1.8 and we're 4 people, so that means per person is 450 naira. So just know that, and that's for the tour and the guided tour. You can take videos outside, but once you are inside you can't take videos. Even though I took videos inside downstairs, that's because I have coconut head, and I just feel like maybe I didn't introduce myself well. I didn't say, oh, I'm a YouTuber and whatever. They would have probably allowed me to take the video, but I took videos downstairs. I could not take upstairs. I took some, but then they now said, oh, stop recording. One woman came from downstairs. Maybe they saw me on the CCTV because there are CCTVs upstairs. But I am sure that you enjoyed the clip I was able to get downstairs. Okay, just know that if you're in Calabar, that's a touristy thing you can do, and then you can just walk around. Right beside the museum there is like there's an emblem thing, like a place there you can take pictures, and then there is this other place where you have, Adra, can you see that in one place? There's this other place where you have the hand and you can take pictures there. I'm going to show them what you are doing. Anyways, guys, and then after that I went to Marina. Wait, is there pepper on my tea? No. And after that I went to Marina Resort. Marina Resort is basically a resort in Calabar by the marina. It's kind of like Whispering Palms Resort, you know, that kind of setting where you have chill areas by the water. There is also the abandoned cinema that is there, and there's also a museum there. They told us that it's closed today and we have to come in tomorrow if we want to have like a guided tour in that place. I think I might go. Everybody in the house might not want to go, but maybe I will, just for the vlog. And then I ate at the Marina Resort. I had their chicken pepper soup, which was like 1.5, and then the what pepper soup? No, gari and okra soup basically, and that was 1,009 with water. So like 1,500 or with water 1,900. The portion is quite big. I didn't even finish it. I shared with my big husband here. So guys, if you are ever in Calabar, just know that these are some things that you can do here. It's not like a lot, but you can still make it touristy. I mean, I've not been to everywhere, and I'm sure if I like Google and ask around, there'll be hidden places for me to go to. There is this zoo, but I don't even know if it's open. I'll find out. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this vlog, guys. I had a nice time creating the vlog for you. Had a nice time taking you around Calabar today. I might continue the vlog tomorrow with other things that I have to do. I'm going for a wedding on the 25th. I'll also take you to that one. So guys, hope you enjoyed today's vlog. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell notification so you don't miss any vlog, any video that I post. Okay, all right, so guys, see you in the next vlog. Bye.